How do we make the leap from one dimension to the next? How is it possible for us to expand beyond the 3 dimensions we know into the 5 dimensions of our higher consciousness? Through our determination, our resilience, and our ability to transmute energy. Energy that cannot be created nor destroyed, transmuted. It is possible for us to elevate our ability of transforming energy. Energy is transferred, energy is transmuted, energy is transformed. That's what the 5 dimensions are. This multi-dimensional evolutionary status of human alchemy, where the past, present, and future is a doorway, where there are dimensions to that doorway, like the coil or the spiraling of energy, the Kundalini energy. The 5th dimension represents an ability to transform into many different forms and shapes. That's what creativity is. The creative mind is simply a niche for taking on different shapes and different forms, different perspectives and perceptions smoothly. But in this 3rd dimension, we know there's friction when we try to transform, take on different shapes, different forms that challenge our previous form. We get resistance, we get friction, because we are not as agile as we think we are. The mind has gotten rigid over the centuries, thousands of years. The mind has gotten rigid. Our perspective has gotten rigid. And that is what's caused us to lose our creative edge, our creative mind has been atrophied. It has been underworked, frankly. So in order for us to make the leap from the 3 dimensions we know into the 5 dimensions, we call our multi-dimensional understanding, is the creative mind. The creative mind gives us expansion of understanding. It gives us agility, gives us ability to think, to feel more profoundly, instinctually, intuitively, rationally. In many ways, we are like a flat Stanley. We're 2-dimensional. Forward and back, side to side. We think of the past as already done. Can't go back there. We think of the future as unobtainable. Can't go there either. We think of the future or the present as a standstill. But in our 5th dimensional consciousness, we understand that we can travel into the past and change the past. We can go into the future and receive insight that we can reverse engineer to potentiate our present. We are naturally spherical energy. When we think of the Merkaba, an ancient symbol belonging to multiple cultures of esoterics, the Da Vinci body, we think of it like a star, or we think of it like spiraling energy, a star. It's just spiraling energy. And in that is this ability to connect energy, like connecting the dots. So our universe is not so separated as we think it is. We are in this spherical energy that's revolving. Things are moving closer together, things are moving further away. As it revolves, we are all expanding. And in that expansion, we're able to penetrate each other through our consciousness. That gives us a gravitational pull on the future, on the past, on the present. Our consciousness. We think Jupiter has a gravitational pull. We think Earth has the gravitational pull. The sun, the moon has a gravitational pull. But we also have a gravitational pull. That's what the fifth dimension is. We all have this spherical energy. You can call it the aura, but it's a gravitational pull that the moon has. And we all have that on each other. It's a bond. You think of a bond. And that bond leaves this pull on each other. And we have that with people, places, and things. It affects us. We create a bond with it. This sort of pull, this sort of emergence with it. We give light because of it. It awakens light within us. So in making the leap from one dimension to the next, we need to give light. We need light. We need that gravitational pull, a very strong gravitational pull. It's almost like we're trying to pull in this new earth to us. We're trying to merge ourselves with it. And we need light. We need that bond. We need that gravitational pull. And how we get that is through our resilience, our determination, our intuition, and also transmutation, transformation. So we can think of energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It's either transferred, transmuted, or transformed. Through our agility, we know how to do them all. Transfer, transmute, transform. So everything is this deathless, spherical, spiraling energy. Because it's being transferred, it's being transmuted, it's being transformed. And when we begin to step into that creative energy, very profound creative energy, it gives us fuel. It gives us fuel. We're not meant to dwell. We're not meant to dwell. We're meant to pioneer. We're not meant to settle the energy in the body. We're meant to transfer, transmute, and transform. That's what gives us agility. That's what gives us creative vastness, is understanding those three qualities of energy. So the more that we do that, and the more that we give light because of it, the more magnetic pull we have to the higher dimension, the fifth dimension. Because the fifth dimension is simply a more refined energy of human beings, more expanded energy of human beings, a human beings that are not functioning only in the transference. such as one generation transfers beliefs to the next, and then so on and so forth. But a human species that knows how to transfer and transmute and transform, that's alchemy. The fifth dimension is alchemy. Whenever you think of healing meditation, you think of the fifth dimension, alchemy. Whenever you're praying, you're thinking the fifth dimension, alchemy. Whenever you connect with the ancient past in vision quest, you think of alchemy. Whenever you get insight or prophecy about the future, you're thinking alchemy. All of these seeming psychic gifts, esoterics, has to do with alchemy. And we as human beings only function from limitation. Our agility is not as fast, can't handle alchemy. We can transfer, yes, but we don't know how to transmute and transform. And when we do begin to embody this more evolved status of human engineering, then we're going to start to give light, radiance, like a sun, like a moon, like a planet. We give this radiance, this magnetic effect, this resonance that's able to pull into itself. And that's what we're doing. We're actually not leaping. We're pulling it to us. We're pulling in this new earth because it exists. In the fifth dimensions, we can perceive in meditation and healing and Reiki and self-psychology, reprogramming the past, reparenting the childhood, or connecting with the future through prophecy or psychic ability. And when we pull in a reality that we perceive in the future and we actually experience it in this present day, it's evidence of our magnetic effect on this planet. It is evidence of the momentum that we can create in our vibrational pool. It is evidence of our ability to seed and to harvest. Our ability to transfer energy, like placing energy into the ground, into the soil. Transmute energy, which is bringing in the nutrients to feed the seed. And transform, which is the physical experience of that seed coming into the fullness of its livelihood. And that is what we are doing in our gravitational pull on the fifth dimension as we move it into position, like the sun in position with the planet Earth and the moon in position with the planet Earth and the solar system. We're bringing it into orbit. We're infusing it into us like the God. We call the God particle. We're infusing this fifth dimension into us. And in doing so, through our meditations, our sacredness, our ritual, we are giving ourselves more light. Biophoton emission, light. And that light just simply represents the agility of our flat Stanley, more two-dimensional, basic understanding of energy into a more spherical understanding of energy, the Da Vinci body, the transference, the transmutation, the transformation, stepping into the human engineering, that gives us not artificial intelligence, ability to create robots or fast internet or wireless phone calls, but ability for human beings to have the engineering in the system, the human system, to have creativity of profound destiny, creativity of the Da Vinci quality, the Nikola Tesla quality, the Einstein quality, the quality of human that can go into the past, like opening a door and getting an education, could go into the future, like opening a door and getting an education, and go into the present and potentiate oneself into an intention, into a place, a reality that gives this vastness of imagination, this vastness of creativity. We are not meant to be earthbound. We're meant to be like a star seed, a star being. We're meant to seed light, seed higher energy. We're meant to seed transference, transmutation, and transformation in our system, in our consciousness. And we're meant to experience the fifth dimension not as an orbit that orbits around us, but actually as the auric spherical intelligence that governs us.